Imagine a man fighting against the demon. This happened during the 19th century. And this same man suffered from the persecution of Christians, post-French Revolution. Today's curiosities are about the French Saint John Vianney, also known as the Holy Curé of Ars. Here are 12 curiosities about him. 12. Historical context. The historical context in which the Holy Curé of Ars lived, also known as Saint John Vianney, encompasses a crucial period in Europe's history, marked by profound political, social, and religious transformations. Born in 1786 and deceased in 1859, this period spans from the late 18th century to the mid-19th century, a time characterized by the emergence of liberalism, the Industrial Revolution, and the rise of political and social movements that challenged the established order. In the religious realm, this period was marked by tensions and significant changes in the Catholic Church, especially in France, where the Holy Curé of Ars lived. The French Revolution, which erupted in 1789, had a profound impact on religion, unleashing a period of persecution and suppression of the Catholic Church. During this time, many priests and religious were persecuted, exiled, or executed, and Catholic practice was restricted. The period following the French Revolution was marked by the restoration of Catholicism in France, but also by tensions between the Church and the state, as well as the growing secularization of society. The Catholic faith faced both external and internal challenges, including the increasing influence of rationalism and skepticism. At a time when the Catholic faith was being questioned and challenged, the supernatural events experienced by the Holy Curé of Ars may have been seen as a confirmation of the reality of evil and divine intervention in the world. For many believers, these events could have strengthened their faith and conviction in the existence of spiritual forces beyond the human. Furthermore, the fact that the Holy Curé of Ars witnessed these demonic attacks during a tumultuous period of social and religious change may have contributed to his reputation as a saint and to the persistence of his legacy in the history of the Catholic Church. His spiritual resilience in the face of these supernatural challenges may have been seen as an example of strength and devotion in times of uncertainty and change. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe so you don't miss any curiosities about the saints. 11. The illness of the Holy Curé. The illness of the Holy Curé of Ars during the winter of 1824 to 1825 marked a crucial point in his life and pastoral ministry. This period of severe illness not only affected his physical health but also triggered a series of infernal persecutions, that is, demonic attacks that plagued the saint. From a spiritual perspective, the illness of the Holy Curé of Ars can be understood as a transformative experience. Often, in the Christian tradition, physical trials and illnesses are seen as opportunities for deeper spiritual growth and greater closeness to God. In the case of the Holy Curé of Ars, his illness may have been perceived as a test of faith, an opportunity to strengthen his trust in God and deepen his spiritual relationship. Moreover, the illness may also have been the catalyst for the demonic attacks he experienced. In Christian spirituality, evil often seeks to attack in moments of weakness and vulnerability. The illness of the Holy Curé of Ars may have been seen by demonic forces as an opportunity to undermine his faith and pastoral ministry. The way the Holy Curé of Ars faced this illness and the demonic attacks that accompanied it is a testimony to his profound faith and spiritual resilience. Through prayer, penance, and trust in divine protection, he was able to overcome these challenges and continue his pastoral work with renewed determination. 10. Witnesses of the events. The presence of witnesses to the supernatural events, including people who witnessed the strange phenomena in the parish house, such as unexplained noises and knocks, provide tangible support for the claims of the Holy Curé about demonic attacks. The fact that several people witnessed these events strengthens the authenticity of the experiences of the Holy Curé. His testimony is not based solely on his own perceptions but is corroborated by other people who shared the same supernatural experiences. Moreover, the diversity of witnesses, which may include members of the local community, visitors to the parish house, and even authorities such as the mayor, adds credibility to the accounts of the Holy Curé. These individuals may have been known and respected in the community, which increases confidence in the truthfulness of their testimonies. 9. Community reactions. The community's reactions to the events related to the demonic attacks in the life of the Holy Curé of Ars are a fascinating aspect of his story, as they show how perceptions can change over time and evidence. From initial disbelief to the gradual recognition of the reality of these attacks, the community experienced an emotional and spiritual journey that reflects the complexity of faith and understanding of evil. Initially, many in the community likely responded with disbelief to reports of demonic attacks near the parish house of the Holy Curé of Ars. The concept of supernatural manifestations and demonic activity can be difficult to accept for those who have not experienced such phenomena or who have a limited understanding of spirituality. However, as these events continued and more witnesses confirmed the authenticity of the attacks, the community began to change its stance. The request for help from the mayor and the presence of young people as guardians are clear examples of how the community responded to these events with a sense of urgency and the need to protect the Holy Curé of Ars and the parish from any spiritual threat. The gradual recognition of the reality of demonic attacks demonstrated the community's ability to adapt and accept new realities, even those that initially seemed incredible or difficult to understand. This process may have also strengthened the faith of many in the community by showing them the reality of evil and the importance of divine protection and the intercession of pious individuals like the Holy Curé of Ars. Leave your prayer request in the comments below, so that Saint John Vianney may intercede for it before God. 8. Spiritual combat. The spiritual combat experienced by the Holy Curé of Ars is a fundamental aspect of his life and ministry, offering a unique perspective on the struggle between good and evil, as well as on the inner strength that can be found in faith and prayer. Facing the attacks of the demon required not only physical courage but also considerable spiritual fortitude. The Holy Curé of Ars relied on divine protection and leaned on his unwavering faith to resist evil influences. Through constant prayer and devotion to God, he found the strength needed to withstand temptations and spiritual attacks. The Holy Curé of Ars not only defended himself against the attacks of the demon but also actively sought to strengthen his connection with God. He dedicated himself to prayer, surrendered to penance, and maintained hope and trust in divine mercy. These spiritual practices not only shielded him from evil but also empowered him to continue his ministry with determination and love. The spiritual struggle of the Holy Curé of Ars offers a powerful lesson on the importance of cultivating a life of deep faith and a personal relationship with God. His example shows that even in the darkest and most challenging moments, the light of faith can dispel the darkness of evil and provide peace and inner strength. 7. Perception of the demon. The perception of the demon by the Holy Curé of Ars reveals not only his deep conviction in the existence of evil but also his attitude of disdain and steadfastness in facing it. By calling the demon Balako, he demonstrates an attitude of contempt and scorn for the malignant, highlighting his determination to resist its attacks. The term Balako denotes not only wickedness but also cunning and deceit. By using this word to refer to the demon, the Holy Curé of Ars acknowledges the insidious nature of evil and the need to always be alert and vigilant against its wiles. This choice of words also reflects the firmness and determination of the Holy Curé of Ars in his spiritual struggle. By calling the demon in this manner, he shows his refusal to be intimidated by evil and his commitment to resist it with all his might. 6. Perception of mysterious noises. The perception of mysterious noises in the life of the Holy Curé of Ars is an intriguing theme that illustrates the struggle between human reason and the supernatural. Despite efforts to find a logical explanation for these sounds, such as the presence of thieves or other mundane causes, it becomes evident that the events surrounding these noises cannot be easily explained by human reason. The mysterious sounds and inexplicable events were a prominent feature in the life of the Holy Curé of Ars, especially in and around the parish house where he resided. Although there may have been initial attempts to rationalize these events as common human activities, such as the presence of thieves or natural phenomena, over time it became clear that there was something more at play. The persistence and inexplicable nature of these mysterious noises challenged conventional explanations and led many to consider the possibility of a supernatural influence, such as demonic activity. These events challenged understanding and rational explanation, leading some to question their beliefs and explore the possibility of the supernatural. The inability to find a logical explanation for these events may have been disconcerting for some, but it may have also strengthened the faith of others by suggesting the presence of forces beyond the material world. This illustrates the tension between reason and faith, and how seemingly inexplicable events can challenge our conceptions of the world and open us to the possibility of the divine. 5. Consolation in adversity. Consolation in adversity, especially in the life of the Holy Curé of Ars, is profoundly inspiring. Jean-Baptiste Marie Vianney, known as the Holy Curé of Ars, faced numerous challenges in his ministry as a priest in the small village of Ars, France, during the 19th century. Despite these challenges, he found consolation in his faith and in the understanding that the attacks of the demon were signs of a greater good to come. For the Holy Curé of Ars, adversity and initial fear were not obstacles to discourage him, but opportunities to strengthen his faith and commitment to his spiritual mission. He firmly believed that trials and tribulations were part of the process of purification and preparation for a good harvest, namely, the arrival of people seeking spiritual help and reconciliation with God. This optimistic perception of adversity reflects the Holy Curé of Ars's profound trust in divine providence and the redeeming power of faith. Instead of being overwhelmed by challenges, he saw them as opportunities to grow spiritually and to lead more people into the light of faith. 4. Divine protection. Divine protection in the life of the Holy Curé of Ars is a powerful manifestation of belief in the presence and power of God even in the darkest and most challenging moments. Throughout his ministry, numerous occasions are reported where people who witnessed the attacks of the demon near the parish house found safety and protection in the presence of the Holy Curé of Ars. One such testimony is that of Gendarme Napoli and the religious Sister Clotilde, who were direct witnesses of these disturbing events. Despite the fear and uncertainty they may have experienced when facing demonic activity, the presence of the Holy Curé of Ars provided them with a sense of security and protection. This transformative experience led some of these witnesses to convert to Christianity, recognizing the reality of divine power and the positive influence of the Holy Curé of Ars in their lives. This theme reflects belief in divine intercession and in the power of the presence of pious and holy individuals to dissipate evil and offer comfort and protection to those around them. The story of the Holy Curé of Ars serves as a reminder that even in the midst of spiritual darkness and the attacks of evil, the light of faith and the presence of God can offer security and refuge to those seeking protection. 3. Recognition of His holiness. The recognition of the holiness of the Holy Curé of Ars is a fascinating theme that illustrates how virtuous behavior and acts of kindness can transform people's perceptions, even those who may have initially been skeptical or critical. Despite initial mockery and doubts, individuals like Mr. Chebelin eventually came to see the Curé of Ars as a great saint. This change in perception did not happen overnight but was the result of the exemplary life and acts of charity and devotion of the Holy Curé of Ars throughout his ministry. As people observed his tireless dedication to God and service to others, they began to recognize the authenticity and depth of his holiness. Mr. Chebelin is just one example of the many people whose opinions about the Holy Curé of Ars changed over time. His transformation from a skeptic to a fervent believer reflects the powerful impact that personal holiness can have on others. The life of the Holy Curé of Ars became a living testimony to Christian virtues and divine grace, inspiring those around him to seek a life of greater devotion and service. 2. Canonization and Legacy. The Holy Curé of Ars, also known as Saint John Vianney, was canonized by the Catholic Church in 1925 by Pope Pius XI. His canonization formally recognized his holiness and heroic virtues, making him a model and intercessor for the faithful. The legacy of the Holy Curé of Ars transcends his own life and continues to inspire believers worldwide to this day. His example of humility, charity, and a life of prayer has left an indelible mark on Catholic spirituality, influencing generations of priests, religious, and lay people. Saint John Vianney is recognized as the Patron Saint of Priests, due to his dedication to the priestly ministry and his role as a confessor and spiritual advisor to countless individuals. His intercession is often invoked by priests seeking guidance and spiritual strength. The Holy Curé of Ars is revered not only for his personal holiness but also for his unwavering commitment to the care of souls and his zeal for pastoral ministry. His life serves as a model for priests seeking to faithfully serve their communities and bring people closer to God. 1. Incorrupt Body. Saint John Vianney, whose body was discovered incorrupt during an exhumation in 1904, decades after his death. After his death in 1859, his body was buried in the cemetery of Ars, France. However, decades later, during an exhumation in 1904, those present were surprised to discover that his body was remarkably preserved despite the time elapsed since his death. Since then, the body of Saint John Vianney has been put on display in the Basilica of Ars, built in his honor on the site of his former parish church. There, faithful from around the world come to venerate and pay homage to the saint, whose exemplary life and holiness are highlighted both by his ministry as a soul healer and by his deep devotion and personal penance. The incorrupt body of Saint John Vianney is considered a powerful relic and a symbol of God's continuous presence in the lives of the saints. His veneration attracts pilgrims and devotees from all over, seeking his intercession and grace before God. The phenomenon of his incorrupt body is seen as a tangible sign of the holiness and divine grace that permeated his earthly life. We have reached the end of another inspiring story. Don't forget to leave in the comments which saints' curiosities you would like to see here on the channel. And I'll see you in the next video.